Hi out there. Welcome to the School of Articulation and Behavioral Alignment Clinics, the SABA Clinics. The SABA Clinics, it's all about articulation and behavioral alignment for full expression, where we also there the family values. We believe when it is okay in the family, it will well be okay in every sphere of human endeavor. Welcome to your weekly behavioral tonic, the Behavioral Health Articulation video classics that comes to you every week. Today's topic is the 21 critical errors frontline organizations and people make about the behavioral health and wholeness. Many a time the confusion looms because too many people are not in the know of what the components of the behavioral health is all about. So the attempt today is to help get the best out of the behavioral health imperatives for personal and organizational stability. Stability is necessary at the individual level as well as the organization level. So, what is the whole issue about the behavioral health and wholeness? Many a time, people have worry about the behavioral or mental health. They develop a cold feet and a general apathy due to ignorance of the components and the concepts of health and wholeness on the behavioral level. The behavioral health is your total health package, beginning from your mental person in coordination of your intuitive and physical being. Your capacity to manage your personal articulation well in order and decency for float, number one, and flotation without the regular fluctuation in behavior is your behavioral wholeness. So, where does behavior begins from? Remember, behavior does not begin from the outside. It is a complicated issue, but yet organized flow from your inside, powering and prospecting your energy for manifest works on the outside, indefinite vibration. So, what is woven in every man provides a template as a matter of priority for the rule of behavior outside him. Talking about the behavioral health could be likened to the operations of an automobile. Can we say it is the engine that powers the automobile for motion, while in turn, the automobile engages and utilizes the energy generated by the engine? On many occasions, there is a thin margin between the behavioral and medical health as they both cooperate to make the holistic man go places. There are about 21 critical errors people and organizations make about the behavioral health, and this we will attempt to correct through this medium. Error number one: because they don't know, they don't flow. It is difficult to use what you don't know about in life. Self-mastery for real life expression is key. Where you know, grow in order to show forth in relevant manifesting is the behavioral health. So if you don't know, you cannot flow or use. Error number two is that of the incentive for personal resource awareness and development is also lacking in many circles. So yielding to internal workings becomes pretty difficult. Error three: in the private place and in the organization. The gateway to wholeness and healthy living is also equally abused. Many wallow in the squalor of behavioral sickness. We experience rejection in the face of opportunity. Error 4. Many confuse in most cases the behavioral health with the medical health. Both are complements that produce the robust long life and productivity. Error number 5. 4 basic outcomes of the behavioral health are also being modeled each passing day. The capacity for sound decision making, rise in the level of influence, stability of emotion and attitude, and the ability to create and maintain certain protocols and standards are often flouted by individuals and organizations. Number 6, the behavioral health, that flow content within you, birthing the flow construct through creative concept, is both a procedure and a crisis. Many are in the errors of modeling their inherent properties, which are consignment, equipment, and the assignment. The behavioral health is that orderly workings of the function of your mental and manifest articulation. Who you are as a person is the sum total of your intuitive, intelligent, and the interactional person. Critical error number 7 by private individuals and organizations is that they fail to recognize that the behavioral health is the active and inactive capacity for deliberate processing, energizing personal and organizational protocols for strides and a perfect fit. So the behavioral health both serves as the regulator and transmitter, which underscores the utility function and usefulness. Error number 8. Many fail to know that man is by no means a robot controlled by the pressing of buttons, as in the case of automation. Man only responds and reacts to inducement by the reason of his comportment and inner composition. Error number 9. Great individuals and institutions don't know that one can be medically sound but behaviorally sick. Behavioral ill health and sickness is either a pollution to one's personality or a deviation from personal values and brand. Error number 10. People violate processes because they don't know the similarity between a medical diagnosis of the physical ailment and the behavioral ailment. Medical therapies on many occasions adduces to the physical, while the behavioral health engages the processes of the mind as it affects other realms of human engagements. Number 11. Many people and organizations frown at the word therapy. Wow. They misconstrue the whole idea of engaging a therapist due to wrong concept and that of a negative label. The need for a periodic behavioral checkup, which is important to keep one in shape and on point, is often castigated. The behavioral health is the outworking of your inner motion, creating a perspective. So you need a behavioral therapist to help spot the difference between your current situation and your personal definition. Never own what is not yours. Error number 12. Many don't know when they overstretch their vital statistical bands of their behavioral variables. Neither are they conversant with their daily health equilibrium. So what happens? They flaw it big time. Error number 13. Frontline organizations and individuals fail to realize that the behavioral health could be threatened by certain triggers. Ignorance of such triggers is never an excuse. So what are triggers? Triggers are the conditions or situations fueling an abnormal cause. So handling any noticeable symptom when they show up on your emotional dashboard is key. And so also must triggers be discovered and handled right on time. Error number 14. Organizations and individuals fail to invest in training on their behavioral health. They fail to realize that the social interaction engaged in on a daily basis is simply the product of a behavioral health. So, when a misdemeanor results, it is a function of behavioral skill gap that is grossly lacking there. Critical error number 15. Behavioral health challenges mostly manifest in emotional symptoms and signs that makes for an attraction or withdrawal, apathy or synergy. The earlier an organization or people realize these, the better. Critical error number 16. Many don't know that the processes of the behavioral health have an overbearing effect on the physical health, which increases the tendency for either weight loss or an excessive weight. Sleeplessness and some other symptoms could also surface. Error number 17. On a critical note, when your behavioral health is in order, organizations and individuals age gracefully. The do's and don'ts to keep the healthy and strong are religiously observed for a very long time. So what do you say? They live so long and exist so long in optimal productivity because their behavioral health is in order. Error number 18. People go for medical checkup, not necessarily when they are in poor state of health. In the like manner, many fail to realize and release resources for periodic behavioral checkup from the neck up. The need for behavioral fitness must never be compromised. Personal equilibrium is important in behavioral health and wholeness. Error number 19. People confuse the mental state with madness or partial insanity. Wow. And so they shy away from anything mental due to the wrong beliefs or poor behavioral information available to them. The word clinic to some is also a negative consequence. Wellness tests on a behavioral therapy desk is vital for the individuals and the organizations, just as it is obtained in the School of Articulation and Behavioral Alignment Clinics, the SABA Clinics. Error number 20. Certain irregularities on a sudden note are sometimes despised. In the behavioral game, a shift or tilt from the normal, usual behavior should call for immediate attention. Organizations should call in a behavioral therapist to identify warning signals or common ailments such as personal or organizational depression. Last but not the least, is a critical error number 21. Organizations lose focus due to pressing environmental demands. Individuals alike bow to pressure and stress. Intention is key, but focus is fundamental. Staying on point is staying on course, no matter the tide. And so what is the last line in these classics today? The behavioral health is both a loaded and coded content. It is an unforgiving terrain you must never take for granted as an individual or an organization. Entertain behavioral talks and presentation in your organization, families, and groups. Diffuse the ignorance and come to terms with behavioral excellence. For your comments, input, questions, and issues on the SABA Clinic procedures, feel free to share this piece and to email us on our email address given as sabaclinics@gmail.com. Thank you so very much for participating in today's class. The behavioral health, your ultimate gateway to full expression, is our most valuable passion. See you next time. Feel free to share this video across board. Bye.